Well, and what's become an all too familiar sight, I'm riding solo again today. Blake Redden's away in Tamworth. It's all a bit of a keying secret while he's there. We don't know, but hopefully he's having a wonderful time. I'm more than happy to take up the breach here and look at the quaddie for Tabcorp Park Melton, which is on Friday night this week, and another exceptional program headlined by the home field for the 3-year-old trotters. We've also got the Enduro, one of the last standing start races for the Pacers here in Victoria, and the Richmond Lass, and that's the race that kicks off the quaddie at Tabcorp Park this weekend, and it is a wide open affair dominated by that team, Stuart Tonkin. 3 key runners here, one at a price I think. The horse I've got on top is Gumdrops, won the first 2 legs of the unofficial mare's Triple Crown here in Victoria before being a little bit luckless in the Queen of the Pacific when 4th behind Nike Franco. Draws outside the second line here under the preferential conditions of the race. I just think at her very best she'd be too good. She did trial against the stablemate Lovelist recently, however, and Lovelist picked her up and put her down very, very easily in that trial, and the Tab have reacted to that trial. It would seem they've marked Lovelist favourite ahead of Gumdrops, but essentially if you're putting Lovelist on top here, you're basically saying Lovelist is the equal of any mare going around Australia virtually. So big raps, that's why I'm sticking with the established form. Gumdrop, she's been there, done that against the best mares going around, but Lovelist is the major danger. She's a terrific horse. She's had a little bit of bad luck so far this preparation, had a little short break now as we head towards the Vic Bred Super Series, and I think she can definitely provide some stiff resistance to Gumdrops. I also think the other stablemate's been very underrated. I mentioned at the top of this broadcast, Starburst Girls won 3 from 3 this preparation and defeated Lovelist in the process in the Silver Chalice a couple of starts back, so throw her in along with Millie Perez, who'll need luck from the inside second line draw but is following out a pseudo stablemate in Highview Ember, so tactics could be crucial there. But Millie Perez is the other one I'd be including. Honourable mentions to Beat Shack, who's in great form, and also She's Just at a Light. Second leg of the quaddie is the toughest race in the program virtually. It's an M1 only, over 2,240 metres. I've gone with the horse on the way up, Bridie Valentine. Has won 3 of its past 5, and look, I must say I've always thought of Bridie Valentine as a horse without the intestinal fortitude to probably get to this level, but she's just gotten stronger and stronger over the last 5 or 6 weeks. I don't think she'll lead. In fact, I'm almost certain she can't lead here tonight, just as she has in so many of her biggest wins. Will, mark my word, should take up the lamplighter's role, but I think if she's handy enough in the first 4 in transit here, she's one we can at least rove trifectas around to run 1st, 2nd and 3rd and throw a few others in or stagger those positions around her. Here are all the ones you need to include if you're going to play staggered quaddies or if you want to play really wide in the second leg of the quaddie. Chill Desire could get the gun run behind the leader here and has got a good turn of foot if she doesn't pull in transit. Will, mark my word, at his best is a Melton Plate winner, so there's no doubting his quality. He can go in. Lucky Lombo's a horse on the up, another one that's on the up that's got a lot of ability. Our Missionary Man finally broke that Metropolitan Maiden Hoodoo last week and did it in great style, so it can go in. And then you're out to even horses like Mac Terralad and Little Inn. So wide open race, but I think if you're going to rove trifectas, have Bridie Valentine as your rover. Third leg of the quaddie here is the Enduro, the standing start race over 2,760 metres. Look, I think we're going to stick with a class here, even though they're both off 20-metre handicaps, and they are number 11, It Is Billy, and 10, Excite Us in the City. They've pretty much been warring with each other all preparation, and only draws have separated them in the races they've contested. So throw them both in. Maximan was a big improver last start in the same race as Excite Us in the City and It Is Billy. So give it a Guernsey, particularly given the fact it's got a 10-metre advantage over its 2 main rivals. And Just New's just been a revelation over the long-standing start trips. He'll be a horse who'll really miss them when they're gone, and you can throw him in at say $7 or $8 to make it a 4-legged or a 4-pronged go at that third leg of the quaddie. The final leg of the quad is the home field. This is probably the race of the night for the 3-year-old square gators. And there's really only 3 key chances here. It's just which way you stagger them up between Sundon's Courage, Cruising Around, and Big Jack Hammer. Sundon's Courage has been the benchmark all the way through from his 2-year-old days. Cruising Around's probably equal to, or squared the ledger now, and I think he's ready to go past Sundon's Courage. But the test will be on Friday night at Tabcorp Park. I've got Cruising Around on top of Sundon's Courage, but don't forget if you're playing quaddies to throw Big Jack Hammer in there somewhere, because he's not too far off the other 2. Probably hasn't been advantaged at the barrier draws, but it's a very difficult map to work at anyway. So 1, 3 and 5 all go in the last leg of the quaddie. If you just want to have one bet right across the program, I'd say it's a tough night to find a moral, but race 1 might be the go. Number 1, Sky Petite. I think he gets the gun running behind KD Muscles. And given I think that mare's a little bit suspect in a strongly run trip over the 2240 metres, maybe Sky Petite might be the way to go. And if you're looking for some value later in the program, I think we can find some in the form of Just Knew It around that $8 mark in the Enduro. Thanks so much for joining us. Hopefully Blake will be back from the country music capital of Australia to join us next weekend. Until then, good luck and good punting.